Hello again. Welcome to Rhythms of the Village. I'm Judy Tran. This is Onoche Chukwurah. And we're going to continue today with another tutorial on West African rhythms, how to write them and how to break them down, how to understand them, how to listen to them. If this is your first time, welcome to our channel. Welcome to our tutorials. I hope you'll learn a lot. This is a really good opportunity to really hone into your listening skills for rhythm, timing, and learning how to write rhythms, and hopefully to use them in your own music as well. So last time we talked a little bit about beat. We talked about meter and 4/4 meters, so 4 beats per measure. So we're going to continue on with our 4/4 rhythms. Last time we talked about a quadruplet subdivision, also known as the 16th note. Today we're going to do a pattern for you that is a triplet. So 3-note subdivision, a triplet subdivision. So first we're just going to play it for you and give you an idea of how it works. Onoche is going to play the actual rhythm for you on the djembe here, and I'm going to keep the basic meter of 4/4 here on the agogos. All right. Thank you very much. And again, you heard the break at the end of that rhythm pattern to tell us that we were ending. So let's write this down. So as a quick review, last time we reviewed that meter is represented by 2 different numbers on top of each other. The number on top represents how many beats are in a measure. So in the measure system, each measure tells you one pattern, and that pattern is going to repeat over and over again with successive measures. So basically we're showing you one measure of music, and for each of these patterns you want to just repeat that measure over and over and over again. When you get more advanced, then you will know how to switch around between the different patterns from measure to measure. So here in this case our top number is 4, so you're going to see 4 notes per beat, 4 beats per measure, excuse me. Here's our bottom number, that's also 4, and this bottom 4 means that the quarter note receives 1 beat. So this is what those quarter notes look like. So you would see the beats just going by as 1, 2, 3, 4. Now last time I did not explain why we're only writing on one line of this staff. The staff is this set of 5 lines that we generally use to write down music. The reason why is because we're working with percussion here, and there is some variation to pitch, which we'll talk about in the later tutorials when you're talking about specifically playing the drum. But since you may be using these rhythms to play other instruments, a piano, the agogos, or the ekwe, or some of the other kinds of percussion that we have available, we're just going to keep all of our notes on one part of the staff so that you're just focusing on the note values. Again, note value is how much time each of the notes are worth, how many beats each one is worth. So this is 4 beats, 4 quarter notes, and that's what you've been hearing me play on the agogos. So you're listening to it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to go by 1, 2, 3, 4. And then of course you repeat that over and over again. So Also, last tutorial we talked about the subdivisions, ways that you can divide one quarter note into several subbeats. So one of the, oh, this is on color. One of the subdivisions we talked about last time was an eighth note. So it looks like this. Although usually you're going to see two of them together because two of them put together equals one quarter note. So this is a duple subdivision. Now the one that we're actually going to talk about today that we used for this particular rhythm pattern is a triplet subdivision. So triplets look like these notes, but there's three of them that fit inside of a quarter note. So if you can imagine that somebody, let's say I eat 2 apples in an hour. Boy, that would take me a long time. But let's say I ate 2 apples in an hour, and Baba Onoche ate 3 apples in an hour. Who ate faster? Well, Baba Onoche would have eaten faster. So it's the same thing with the notes. You're going to see 3 eighth notes where 2 of them would have been. And in triplets, you're always going to see some kind of bracket with a 3 that shows you that 3 of these guys fit into one beat or one quarter note value. And so just like the apple story we said earlier, these 3 little notes are going to go a little bit faster because 3 of them have to fit into one beat. So a couple other ways that you're going to see triplets. Let's see, I'm going to get rid of this for now. You can see them looking like this. You can also see the brackets underneath the fly. Okay, so it can go down here like that. Sometimes the bracket will be rounded. So sometimes it looks like that. Okay? So basically, the rhythm pattern that we did today has 4 beats. So you're going to see 4 sets of these triplets. So I'm going to write it down here. Here's the 4/4 meter that we had. And I'm going to write out the 4 beats above. So we start with 1, then 2, 3, and 4. Okay, now for our triplets. Triplet. I kind of like this one today. I like that design. Okay, and here's beat 2. Triplet. And 3. Triplet. And last but not least, 4. Triplet. Okay. So let's play this rhythm again, and I'm just going to point to the notes as they go by. We're going to do this a little bit slowly so you can hear them all. I'm going to be counting the main beats, and then I will also show you how to count the subdivisions out loud. Okay, here we go. Okay, so there you have it. This is our triplet subdivision. Now, I'm going to show you another meter. I'm going to take this opportunity to show you another way to write this that may be a little bit easier to look at, because looking at all these 3s can be kind of tricky. So I'm going to erase this up on top. So I'm sure you noticed that we haven't changed the bottom number yet. So I don't always have to have the quarter note receive one beat. I can say that the eighth note receives one beat. So here I'm going to put the 8 on the bottom. Okay, now if you count the number of eighth notes that you see here, you could do a little bit of arithmetic. You have 4 beats, each with 3 eighth notes inside. 4 times 3 is 12. So we could also call this 12/8. And in this case, when we write down our groups of eighth notes, we're not going to need to put these little triplet signs underneath, because there's no assumption that only 2 eighth notes fit into 1 quarter note beat. So it's going to look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to put my measure line down there. So some people find this a little bit daunting to count at first, because you can think about counting all those little numbers. It's easy to lose track. It's technically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, should put commas in between, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Very daunting, right? But this is very useful for later on when we start overlaying other meters and other rhythms on top of this rhythm pattern. This one and the one in the last tutorial are very basic rhythm patterns with very basic subdivisions, and there's much more complex ones that lay over the top of them. So if you write out your rhythm like this, you're going to be able to fit a lot of other types of meters on top. So this is very helpful, even if it looks terrible right now. So another way to count this out loud, instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, is to go like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and Notice that that's the same way that I counted out this way of writing the same rhythm just a moment ago. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and It just depends on which way helps you to visualize and hear the rhythm better. Okay. So now that we've been through all of the theory of it, let's sing a song using this rhythm pattern. So we're going to sing a song called Ayo. This is from the Yoruba tribe. There's many, many tribes in West Africa. And remember, West Africa comprises of many countries. But this particular tribe is from basically the region of Nigeria. The Hausa, the Yoruba, and the Igbo are very dominant tribes there. Baba Onoche, will you tell us a little more about this song in particular, please?
This song is done excuse me, during a festival. There is a big festival that takes place in Lagos, Nigeria. And this festival comprises of many people. And these people belong to different families. And when they come to this festival, they all wear masks. They all masquerade. They come in groups, and each group represents a family. And they dance, they sing, they're all over the town. Like I said, there are hundreds of them. It's a big event that people make time for. And the ambience is so majestic when you see these people, this crowd of masquerades. Very pretty.
May I ask you, when you say a crowd of masquerades, could you give us an example of how people would dress for this?
They usually put on a sheet, a robe, but the head is covered, and they put a hat on, a straw hat.
So you can't see anybody's faces?
No, you
usually.
cannot see their faces.
Neat.
And they carry this stick.
Okay.
So the person behind the mask, you cannot see their face. And if that person happens to know you, you're their friend, they will come and beat you with that stick.
Sounds like bringing Halloween to a whole other level.
Right. That's how they show that they know you.
That's so cool. So you can learn this song and you can have a really wonderful Yoruba style Halloween.
So you go.
Oh, okay, I'll start. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. Please subscribe to our channel and come join us again next time. Bye-bye.